When you're talking about new housing stock,
Yes.
you know what you're talking about in Bed-Stuy.
You're talking about market rate.
And you're talking about a creating housing that the community cannot afford.
It's funny because as we talk about affordable housing. And I think it was Jackie Williams, the lobbyist, Jackie Williams, she had said, Bernell, I don't call it affordable housing. I call it income targeted housing. So understanding we need housing that meets the need of the community.
Exactly.
So when you turn around and you might, you look at, where things are and you look at low, moderate income, and those benchmarks are always, changing every census or whatever. And so when you look at New York City, and we're part of the municipal statistical area or whatever, the MSA, and it includes Westchester and Long Island, and and we end up with area median income being something that doesn't really fit for Central Brooklyn.
No.
So if your average income is 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, what can you afford here? So there really isn't, so, there were programs like 421A that, again, on one end have 20% of whatever's being built can be for affordable. But even with that, the affordable was 130% of area median income. So you've got to make $100,000, and these developers were able to, have that as a choice and say that they're building affordable. Where you look at Barclays Center and the whole area there, and when you go back 15 years, and going back 15 years ago, 165% of area median income, was affordable back 15 years ago.
I don't know how they come to this idea of affordable, because when we're talking about so many of the residents, we're talking about people that need housing for low income people. Affordable sometimes is not affordable for what is the middle income.
And also saying that 30% of whatever you gross goes towards housing.
30%.
And when you think if you have student debt, if you're trying to live in New York City, inflationary pressures, it's just not the same as the rest of the country. But what we're also finding too is as it goes in New York, we're finding that it goes across the rest of the country too.
Oh, yes.
Everyone is feeling it.
Everyone.
At Impact, a lot of times we get more calls about people that want to stay in Brooklyn, and whether they, want to move to a larger apartment or they want to buy a home. And what we're finding is that, one, the opportunity to buy is next to nil. To be able to get an income targeted apartment, you've got to almost watch the obituaries or whatever it's in the paper to know where can you hop onto something. I sort of, say to people, yes, go through the first-time home buyer training, learn how to buy a home. Hopefully you can find something in Brooklyn. It might be a co-op, it might be a condo, even if it's a limited equity co-op, to be able to buy something, here so that you are able to stay. And as you were saying before, if it's a rent stabilized apartment, realize the gem that you have and try your best to be able to maintain that rent stabilized apartment.